Meditation is probably a scam, or at least, that is what your brain wants you to believe so it can keep mainlining cheap dopamine from those cat videos. You think your mind is a sacred temple? But let us be real. It is a dumpster fire of 50 open browser tabs all playing different aggressive synth pop at maximum volume. You have been told meditation is for people who wear linen pants and live off sunlight, but that is a lie. The controversial truth is that your current mental state is a biological disaster of scattered neural noise. We are stripping away the incense and the spiritual fluff to look at the cold, hard science of the neural battlefield inside your skull. Most of you are walking around with a brain that is essentially a high-performance engine being fueled by trash and low-grade anxiety. You are not Zen, you are just numb. You're essentially a biological smartphone with a battery that is bloated and a screen that is cracked. Think is not just about meditation, it is about making science simple. So hit subscribe. Before we get to the Zen vibes, we have to expose the default mode network, or the DMN. This is your brain internal chatterbox. It is the part of you that stays up at 2 a.m. reminding you of that time you called your teacher mom in the 3rd grade. Studies show that for most people, this network is on a permanent, chaotic loop. Doctors say an overactive DMN is why you feel perpetually fried in this 2026 digital hellscape. Your brain is not a computer. It is a vintage pager trying to run a high-definition simulation of your own failures. This internal noise is the before picture, and it is setting the stage for a total system overhaul. Imagine a radio station that only plays static and your own worst thoughts. That is your DMN on a typical Tuesday afternoon. It is the mental equivalent of white noise, but instead of helping you sleep, it is keeping you on edge. But wait, this mental noise is not just annoying. It is literally killing your vibe and your health. This constant chatter keeps your cortisol levels spiked, which is like leaving the lights on in your car until the battery dies. It is the hidden reason you feel exhausted after doing absolutely nothing. In our hyper-connected reality, your focus has been hijacked and sold to the highest bidder. Meditation is not a luxury for the elite. It is a survival tool for the modern human. If you do not learn to manage the traffic in your head, you are just a passenger in a car with no brakes. Your immune system is struggling because your brain thinks every notification is a predator. You are in a state of high alert for absolutely no reason, and your body is paying the price in real time. Tell me your story in the comments. What is the weirdest thing your brain has fixated on lately? The simple truth is this. When you meditate, you are not just sitting there like a decorative rock. You are performing a high-level software patch on your neural operating system. You are manually shifting control from the DMN chatterbox to the prefrontal cortex, the part of you that actually makes good decisions. It is not about reaching a state of nothingness. That is for statues. It is about shifting the dominance of your brain regions from a reactive, panicky state to a proactive, centered one. You are essentially taking the microphone away from the screaming toddler in your head and giving it to a professional narrator. This is biological re-engineering at its finest, and you are the lead engineer. You are choosing to upgrade your hardware through the sheer power of directed attention. Think of your brain like a sourdough starter that has been left in a hot garage. It is bubbling over, messy, and slightly toxic. Meditation is the process of cooling it down and actually making something useful out of it. Or better yet, imagine your mind as a 1990s pager suddenly trying to process a 5G data stream. It is going to glitch. Meditation is the upgrade that allows you to handle the data without the hardware melting. Start to hear the silence between the notes. Instead of mental gridlock, you get express lanes for your thoughts. You are moving from a state of constant emergency to a state of deliberate efficiency. It is the difference between being a leaf blown by the wind and being the wind itself. You will want to hear this next part because it gets even more intense. Under the hood, things are getting wild. As you focus, regions like the anterior cingulate cortex light up like a Christmas tree. These are your attention anchors. They allow you to actually exist in your body instead of just being a floating head full of anxiety. Simultaneously, the DMN dims down like a theater during a movie. You get surges of alpha and theta waves, which are the brain states of deep, legendary focus. Your heart rate drops, your breathing slows, and your body enters a rest and digest mode. It is a biological white flag to your stress response. You're finally telling your nervous system to stand down because the war is over. You are reclaiming the power to choose where your attention goes, rather than letting it be stolen by every shiny thing that passes by. Look at high-level performers. They do not meditate to find their soul. They do it to crush their competition. Studies show that consistent practice leads to a 30% drop in perceived stress in just 2 months. Elite athletes use it for precision focus under pressure. If it works for people being chased by 300-pound linebackers, it will probably work for your Monday morning meetings. Even average people report sleep quality jumping by 25%. This is the difference between waking up like a swamp monster and waking up feeling like a human being. It builds a buffer so you do not lose your mind when the Wi-Fi goes out or when life throws you a curveball. You are becoming the eye of the storm, perfectly calm while everything else is spinning out of control. Here's the mind-blowing twist that sounds like science fiction but is actually just science. Meditation physically shrinks your brain fear center. Consistent practice literally withers the amygdala, the part of you that panics over an unread email. Meanwhile, it thickens the prefrontal cortex. You are not just feeling better. You are physically changing the shape of the organ inside your head. You are building a more resilient, less reactive brain. You are essentially armor-plating your consciousness against the future. Doctors say this is like giving your brain a literal shield against the chaos of life. You are moving from a brain that is icily spooked to a brain that is logically grounded and physically stronger. Coming up next is how this turns you into a social genius. The long-term meaning of these changes is massive. You're becoming stress resilient on a cellular level. You're flooding your system with serotonin and dopamine naturally, without the side effects of a sugar crash or a social media binge. You are evolving beyond your default factory settings. You become the person who can navigate a crisis while everyone else is losing their cool. It is about transforming your brain into an optimized, adaptable instrument for 2026 and beyond. You are no longer just reacting to the world. You are choosing how to experience it. You are the architect of your own mood, and that is a superpower in a world that wants to keep you outraged and afraid. You are finally playing the game of life on your own terms. The core takeaway is that meditation is a scientifically validated workout for your gray matter. It is the most effective way to gain focus and emotional stability in a world designed to distract you. It does not require an hour a day. Consistency is the real cheat code. Even 5 minutes of regular practice drives significant neural benefits. You now have the blueprints to re-architect your own mind for a clearer, more resilient future. Every second you spend in focus is a brick in the wall of your new mental fortress. Stop scrolling, hit subscribe, and let us re-architect your brain together. Think is not just about meditation. It is about making science simple. So hit subscribe. Your future self is already thanking you for the upgrade. Stop scrolling, hit subscribe, and let us optimize your brain together. Think is not just about meditation. It is about making science simple. So hit subscribe. Drop your take in the comments and keep watching.